Welcome to Jets Gameday with Robert Saleh, presented by Audi.
At the end of the day, it's just another chance for us to get better. It's another chance to get that bad taste out of our mouth, get the loss out of our mouth, and put our best foot forward, and get back on the field and go back to Jet life and have some fun. So it was a great first game there. Not the best second game, but we have a lot more football left. So on the only way is up.
Jets and Patriots, Week 3. That's all you have to say, gentlemen. Eric Allen, Nick Mangold, Bart Scott. Welcome in to another Jets Game Day. Nick, what do you think about the situation at hand? The New York Jets, 1-1, coming off a disappointing loss to the Dallas Cowboys, and the New England Patriots coming to town 0-2, desperate.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Desperate, Bill Belichick-led team coming in at 0-2, knowing the rivalry that's there, the hatred between the two teams. It's going to be an intense game anyways. Jets need to wipe that bad taste of the loss out of their mouth, so it's going to be a fantastic Sunday.
Bart, what is different about Patriots Week?
You hate them. Listen, it's time to wash that nasty taste out of your mouth. We're at home. We should have the advantage. We have to take control, and we have to make sure I understand how important this game is. This is a divisional rivalry. The Jets have an opportunity to be 2-0 within the division. AFC wins matter. If you can put one in your win column and put one in your division rivals, loss column, that's a plus.
The Jets have a chance to go 2-0 within the division after 3 games. The Patriots are coming off a loss themselves inside the division to the Miami Dolphins. Let's go inside the numbers presented by the New York Lottery. And we're going to start with number 3. Nick Mangold. Jets have to improve on third down on both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball. 1 in 10, I believe, last weekend for the offense. And that's not good. And there's multiple ways that shows itself. So it's being efficient on first and second down. Putting yourself in third and manageable. Third and long, you don't make a lot of them. Third and manageable, you make a decent amount of them. So winning those first 2 downs, and then having a game plan going into third down, hopefully third and manageable, keeping the offense on the field. Because no matter how good the defense is, I think we have a pretty good defense, if they're always out there, they're going to tire out. You need to keep the offense on the field.
All right, that second number, here it comes. Number 28, the Jets defense. I think this is a favorable matchup. They sacked Mac Jones 12 times last year. Patriots so far in 2 games, 28th in yards per play.
Yeah, you call it check down Charlie, and you see what the offensive coordinator is doing over there. He's trying to get the ball out of Mac Jones' hands really fast. They have weapons that can run after the catch. Bourne is the catalyst for that offense. But Stevenson has always given us trouble. Whether in the passing game or the run game, he's a tough guy to bring down. They have to make sure that they make this Patriots offense one-dimensional so that they can have the opportunity to go out and hunt on third down.
Real quickly, our third number, 68. Bart just talked about explosive plays. Garrett Wilson continues to bring them to the table, career long against the Dallas Cowboys.
And that's what you love to see, because the big thing is, you get the explosive play, you get the touchdown, you get the points, but you get the momentum. Offense loves it, defense loves it. They love seeing your offense being, throwing that ball all over the place. So explosive plays are necessary.
Let's find out what's brewing right now with Caroline Hendershot and Ethan Greenberg.
It's time for What's Brewing, presented by Dunkin'. The Jets run on Dunkin'.
All right, Ethan. Patriots coming to MetLife. Another big divisional matchup for the Jets.
Yeah, and you have to keep an eye on the red zone because the Patriots have the 4th best red zone offense. The Jets have the 7th best red zone defense.
Last year, though, the Patriots were 1 for 5 against the Jets in the red zone, or as Nathaniel Hackett likes to call it, the gold zone. But speaking of Jets defense, in the first 2 weeks last year, the Jets defense allowed 27 points per game. Then in weeks 3 through 18, they only allowed 17.5 points per game. So they really turned it around.
And against the Patriots last year, over the course of 2 games, the Jets defense only allowed a single touchdown. Speaking of single and firsts, this is going to be the first time that Breece Hall plays against the Patriots, and that this Jets offense, led by Nathaniel Hackett, is going to want to get back on track in terms of the run game.
Definitely. And last year, against those 2 games against New England, they only rushed for 110 yards collectively, the Jets. So I'm sure that they also want to increase those numbers.
Coming up, Eric Allen will sit down with Jets head coach Robert Saleh.
Jets Game Day with Robert Saleh is presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit AudiOffers.com for more information.
On first down, Zach Wilson, play action, drops to throw, fires one over the middle, and it's caught. Breaking free, Garrett Wilson, left sideline to the 40, right down the middle of the field, down to the 30, 20, 10, 5, that's a Jet touchdown! Garrett Wilson strikes, and the Jets are on the board. Just what the Jets needed.
Big picture, what do you think about where you're at after 2 games, 1-1? And I'd make the argument that you just probably played 2 of the better teams in the National Football League.
We played some good ones. Obviously, we're coming off a super exciting game Monday night and a not so exciting game against Dallas. It's part of the roller coaster of the football season, part of the adversity that we'll have to face week in and week out. You know, the biggest thing is when you get knocked down, you got to pick yourself up, dust off, and get ready for the next one. We got a big game this week with another division opponent that this organization we haven't beaten in a long time, so it's a big one.
How has your group handled the adversity? You play that Monday night opener, you lose your starting quarterback after 4 snaps, 3 reps, you spot them a 10-point lead, you come back and it's an emotional victory, then you go short week, you play the Cowboys in a home opener, you don't play up to your standards and they play at such a high level.
There's no excuses for anything, obviously. You gotta strap up. When you gotta strap up, you gotta strap up and you gotta go. You know, we were just a step off, it felt like, both sides of the ball, especially early, you know, and it's unfortunate the way the game played out. It was a very odd game in the way it played out. Like I said, it was just one of those unfortunate days, and we just got to pick up and do it again.
Playing afterwards, or maybe when you're trying to get a couple minutes sleep, do you think about the Sauce play up the sideline where he steps in front of CD, or maybe the Zach where he's got Garrett in the end zone right before halftime? Do you think about those plays?
Quickly, I mean, it is what it is, right? Yeah, he brings that down, it's 14-10, we're up, and the whole game shifts. You know, the play caller calls it differently, the quarterback's thinking about it differently, it just, everything changes. But we didn't make the play, they did, and that was kind of really the story of the game in the sense that every opportunity, every turning point that could have been had during the game, and there's many turning points in the game, whether noticed by the fans or not, but it just seemed like every turning point went their way, which, again, credit to them, they were on it.
How tricky is the offensive puzzle right now? If you got a coordinator who's implementing his system, you got a young quarterback who's learning the system, you have an outstanding running back who's coming back from a knee injury, and you have an offensive line that is playing just his 3rd game together.
No excuses, right? But we knew there was going to be some hiccups along the way, but I don't look at the Dallas game as a hiccup. You know, it just, like I said, it was a series of unfortunate events that led to a lot of just not a great game from anybody. But still excited about the direction we're going. Zach's capable. I think he showed that in the first half. You know, I think he showed that through 3 quarters, despite the fact that it was under duress pretty much the entire game. And more credit to those guys than anything else. But, you know, we've got to put that game behind us and look forward to what we got next, which is New England.
Specifically, though, what did you like about Zach's game? I mean, that first pass to Lazardi put it right there on target. You talk about Garrett's touchdown. Before the end of the first half is when that pressure was coming towards him. He was calm there with his feet, and he used his legs. And he talked after the game about seeing it real well.
Yeah, I thought he did a really nice job. Things to be excited about. His pocket presence was much better. He stood in there and delivered strikes. His accuracy was much better. It wasn't until the 4th quarter when he was trying to force things to make things happen that things kind of got out of whack. But I just thought, for the most part, it was, even though you can't really see it, I think it was very promising.
And speaking of promising, I want to go back to your defense just for a second. When you look at like the first 2 games, outstanding week 1, and then obviously Dallas played very well offensively, but is there reason to think that this defense is just getting started?
Dallas was outstanding, you know, and like I said, we're maybe a step off if you want to give it, but you know, credit to Dallas too. McCarthy took over, a lot of unscouted looks in terms of just them implementing a new scheme with the guys that they've had there for a while, and but at the same time, like, we got a good defense, and if a team has to play like that to put up 30, well, good for you. But I'll still put our money on us more often than not.
So the Patriots are coming to town. You got a chance to go to 2-0 inside the division. You said Monday that this team is underrated when you're talking about the Patriots. Can you speak to that?
First of all, they've got tremendous continuity from a coaching staff standpoint. They know how to game plan in a way that fits their style of play, and they have players who have been there long enough to know it too. You know, you look from an offensive standpoint, everyone's trying to talk about their demise, but they've played two of the better defenses in football, and they had 82 plays against Philadelphia, they had 75 against Miami, so they're possessing the ball, they're moving the ball, albeit it may not look explosive, but they're moving the football. And then defensively, they have one of the top units in football, very underrated unit. Again, Philadelphia is an explosive offense that they held down, and same thing with Miami. So it's a much better football team than people probably give it credit for, and it's going to definitely be a tremendous challenge on Sunday.
What did you think about the atmosphere at your place in Week 1, and what do you anticipate the environment is going to be here at MetLife on Sunday, and also how much of a factor can the crowd be?
Crowd is a big factor. I'm telling you that stadium, and that was as good of environment as I've ever been in. I mean, it was unbelievable, and I've been in some really cool stadiums. And I felt like in Week 1, our fans definitely affected the game in a positive way, and I'm excited for them to do it again this week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
This exclusive interview with Robert Saleh was presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit AudiOffers.com for more information.
Coming up, Bart Scott and Nick Mangold will break down the key matchups between the Jets and the Patriots.
Let me tell you something. This fan base matters, right? You could feel it at MetLife Stadium. Do you remember what that building was like on Monday night against the Buffalo Bills? Till the very end, the team can feel it. They can hear it when they're on the field. When MetLife Stadium is rocking, there's no better place to be. You got a division rival coming into your building this week. That is when you draw from your fans. That is when you draw for the people that are supporting you week in and week out. And let me tell you something, this is a resilient group.
We built for this.
They feed off the doubt. They want to prove the naysayers wrong. And what better opportunity to do that than at home against the division rival in front of your fans?
This film breakdown is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Let's get into the telestration right now with Nick and Bart. I saw a lot of progress from Zach Wilson against the Cowboys, even though the numbers probably didn't show it. And you're a big fan of the play action game. We saw the Jets get a big playoff.
Yes, exactly. And we were talking about explosive plays, and this is the explosive play that got Garrett Wilson 68-yard touchdown. It's beautiful. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at the first down play, and Cowboys are thinking run. So what do? We give them a little run, right? We fake it to them. Pulls the linebackers up, right? And that draws these linebackers in and allows and creates space for these receivers to do work. So what you see here is as they're running the route, as soon as Zach turns around, he sees this middle of the field wide open because the linebackers have been sucked in. The single high, deep safety knows he's last man in defense. He's got to stay back. So by putting Lassard on the deeper route, holds that safety just a little bit longer, allows Garrett Wilson to come free in the middle here, catch and do what Garrett Wilson does best, and make plays. That is what we need. We need more play action to, sell that run. But we also need to run the ball because otherwise they're not going to believe it.
Okay, we're going to get more from the offensive coordinator later. Let's go into the defensive side of the ball. You got to protect every inch of grass, Bart.
And you talk about the Jets having a great goal line stance, and everybody knows in the stadium that whenever the Dallas Cowboys want to play, they're running behind 70. He's the war daddy, right? So he's the all-pro. He's the highest paid, one of the highest paid guards in the business. Right now, he's going to do a front side pull. They scored on this very play the week before. He's the escort. So they're going to pull him here, but it's important for Jermaine Johnson at the top. He understands the assignment. You got to get on the train tracks when the train is coming through, but you can't avoid him. You can't wrong arm him. You got to hit him thick. It's a collision. This guy has 100 pounds on him. C.J. Mosley's dependent on that because he's scraping downhill like his hair's on fire. So this is what we talk about, execution, everybody doing their job. This won't show up in the stat sheet for Jermaine Johnson. Bam! Not only did he do that, he got a 2-for-1. He got the fullback as well. I love that sweet chin music as inside linebacker. It's nothing beautiful than when the plan comes together.
Sweet chin music. You like that, Mangold?
Uh-huh. Down by the river. Good. Oh, I didn't like it. I want to give the chin music. I want to give the chin music.
We're going to be throwing punches no matter what.
Don't go anywhere. Bart and Nick will put their coaching hats on and deliver the winning game plans.
Jets Game Day with Robert Saleh is brought to you by MetLife, the official insurance company of the New York Jets. This segment is presented by the official digital transformation partner of the New York Jets, HCL Tech, supercharging progress.
Welcome back to Jets Game Day with Robert Saleh. Here we go, week 3 of the Fantasy Corner. Ethan, who you got?
Well, let's start with somebody that we have not spoken about yet, and that's Jets tight end Tyler Conklin, because last week he led the team with 5 catches, but last year against the Patriots, Caroline, he had 6 catches for 79 yards. He also had 2 touchdowns. You know what that is? That's a great fantasy day.
It is a great fantasy day, but I will preface that the Patriots have done really well against tight ends this year so far, only allowing 3 catches for 23 yards. So just something to keep in mind if we're thinking of going the tight end route. Let's go to the other team. I got a Patriot for you, Ramondre Stevenson. He has rushed for 75 yards this year, 1 touchdown, and is averaging 2.8 yards per carry. But the Jets defense has allowed 0 rushing touchdowns so far this season.
Yeah, that's a great number, and obviously that number will change over the course of the season. But if you're thinking about starting one of the Patriots running backs, the other one being Ezekiel Elliott, who's ran for 12 carries, 42 yards, 3.5 a pop, one thing, owners beware.
Yeah, just some food for thought, okay? I hope that all helps you guys as you're setting your lineups.
Today's game plan is presented by the official digital transformation partner of the New York Jets, HCL Tech, supercharging progress.
All right, fellas, this is something that I've waited the whole show for. Yes. Game plans. Okay, Nick, you're starting out on the offensive side of the ball. We know the Jets have to get the run game going. We also know Bill Belichick is going to present a loaded box. What do the Jets do here?
So I think this is a big key for the Jets. It's for me personally, we got to go out and play action because they know we want to run the ball. We know that they're going to try to stop the run. So why not run a little extra play action, give them a little taste of what they want to see, a little run action, and just dunk it over them. Quick passes, getting the ball out, getting it fast to the outside. Let your playmakers make plays.
Bart, what did you think about that analysis from your OC?
I like that, you know what I'm saying? I like the plan. Understand it's cover 1. You know, sometimes you got to throw the ball on first down, but I also love pick routes because if they're putting all these people inside of the box, you want to be able to take advantage of using their leverage against themselves.
I don't think you can say pick routes.
Okay. Rub routes.
Now, on the defensive side of the ball, what do the Jets, Jeff Ulbrich, have to do against the Patriots? Because the Patriots have moved the football this year, and they've actually been effective in the red zone, but they've been turning it over early in games.
Yeah, listen, Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry is one of the most talented. He's starting to really start to play like the player that we saw with the Chargers. They're getting him the ball in space. He's a mismatch nightmare. But also, you have to be able to stop Ramondre Stevenson. He has given us fits. He's a wide-body guy like Sean Green. He's hard to get your arms around. You have to make sure you come to balance, make sure you stay up and take the extra step to get him to the ground. Getting them in 2nd and 3rd and long is pivotal to be able to hunt, but also to make Mac Jones have to push the ball down the field. You said earlier in the show that he's averaging the least amount of yards per throw. To do that, they have to make him have to pick up 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6, where it's a obvious pass down.
Final thoughts, Jets Patriots.
Jets Patriots, it's going to be a great game. It's always a fierce battle. Looking forward to it. But we got to come out with the win.
I want to see physicality.
Okay.
Yeah, I want them to understand that, hey, on both sides of the ball, like, you're going to have to see us again. And when you put this tape on, they're going to say, man, they just were out. They were more physical than us. It wasn't nothing pretty. We just said that, hey, we're running this way. We're going to go man blocking on offense, double, and dare you to come down here. We're going to be pulling people. I want to see some old school football.
All right, Bart, I like that. Bring the hate today, but we have nothing but love for you all. For Nick Mangold and Bart Scott, I'm Eric Allen. Enjoy your football weekend.